Hello team, Linda with your safety team here with an announcement. I am here to let you know that next week OSHA will be coming in on Monday the 17th to take a tour of our office and warehouse facilities. They are here to help us with improving our safety program and to see if there's any safety improvements that we need to make in either the offices or warehouse. This is the SHARP team from OSHA. SHARP stands for Safety and Health Achievement Recognition Program. And what they're here for those purposes only, not to issue any citations or any fines for anything they see wrong. They guarantee they're not here to do that. They're here strictly to help us in this instance. Now after we implement a safety program and our procedures, if we violate those, of course, we could get fined. And citations from OSHA is on a surprise visit down the road, which would not happen for at least a year after them helping us with this. But it also helps us with our training and education for our employees, which we will begin shortly after the tour is made and the feedback is received from OSHA. And our HR director, Michelle Hall, and our warehouse manager, Jim Benson, will be with OSHA making the tour. So if you have any questions or concerns for OSHA as they go through from things you've seen that you think might be a hazard, or if you're questioning they might be a hazard, please feel free to talk to them. Do not worry that it could get the company or anyone into trouble or yourself. Feedback is welcome as we're trying to make improvements. So then after the tour is made, after our feedback is received, after we begin training, we will require that office personnel have the same training as warehouse personnel. And you may say, well, why? Because we're not in the warehouse, we won't be using the machinery that they'll be using. And I'll tell you why, and that's because OSHA recommends it. We recommend it because you're another set of eyes on the floor in the warehouse, and when you go walking through, if you see any violations, you're expected to report them. Same with employees on the floor. Safety is a team effort, and everybody is responsible for making sure that employees are safe. There will be no retaliation of any kind for reporting acts that are safety acts that are in violation. We just need to make it as safe as an environment for all employees as possible. And you might not think that there's any hazards to worry about in the office setting, but you are mistaken. There's a lot of hazards that happen every year in the office environment. To give you an example of a serious one, there was a medical facility last year in July in New Jersey where a worker thought he could change a ballast on a light fixture. Now, he wasn't trained personnel to do so. He wasn't taught lockout tagout, which could have prevented the injury from cutting off the power source before he attempted to make the repair on the light fixture. He was on a steel ladder, which is a no-no. You know, use steel ladders for electrical work. They need to be aluminum. Things like that you'll be learning about in the training. When he got electrical shock, when he was attempting to change the ballast, he was thrown from the ladder, landed on the floor, ended up in the hospital, and shortly died thereafter. Well, this is a very serious offense by the company, as well as a loss to a family member. The company didn't have their employees trained. They shouldn't have had someone up there making repairs that wasn't trained personnel. And they received a citation of $174,560 some dollars. I know it's over $174,000, which is huge, aside from anything else that they might have gotten from the family members who lost their loved ones and expenses there. Now, we don't want any of our employees injured when it can be prevented. Lockout tagout is a huge It's number 5 in the top 10 of OSHA's safety regulations, and that's controlling the energy sources to any equipment or machinery before working on them or servicing or repairs. In the office setting, this still applies to you. We do not want you working on any machinery, equipment, no matter how small, microwave, a coffee. I don't care if it's a light fixture, ceiling fan, a small fan in the office, whatever it may be. We don't want you attempting servicing or repairs of anything electrical. We have a maintenance department. That's what they're here for, and that's what they get paid for. So please contact our maintenance department before you attempt any repairs or servicing on anything. We do not, that's a no-no. We don't want you doing that. That's a number 1. We say this directly because that's one of the number 1 hazards in an office setting. Number 5 in OSHA, all-around injuries in the nations. So our training program is going to help prevent workplace injuries and illnesses, improve compliance with laws and regulations. As I said, down the line, we will be responsible for implementing and carrying out these going forward, or we will receive fines or citations. Reduce costs, including significant reductions in workers' compensation premiums. As you all know, those go up with any injuries or illnesses that are OSHA reportable. To engage our workers, we want you all to be involved. These training sessions will be yearly. You'll need to be retrained if you're transferred to another department or any other work area with new possible hazards. Employees on the floor have to be retrained if there are changes made to their machinery or the processes that they use that could create new hazards. So retraining will happen as needed, but definitely on a yearly basis. And we want to enhance the social responsibility goals. As I said, everybody is responsible for making sure safety procedures are followed, and that's why it's very important for you to be aware of not just the hazards in the office, but on the work floor. And this will also help you if something were to happen, to understand how it could have been avoided, to make sure to check and see if the processes that we've been taught and trained have been implemented, to see where the responsibility truly lies, if there was an injury or work illness that could have been prevented. And lastly, to increase productivity, enhance overall business operations. It goes without saying that if we have our employees and they're healthy and safe, that of course it costs the business time to have an employee injured and not able to work for a while. It costs the company money to retrain new employees, but most of all, we don't want to have to notify any family members of any loss of families, as in the instance in New Jersey that I talked to you about. We don't want to have any of our employees injured when we can prevent it. Now, to add an incentive for all of you attending training every year, the company has approved a $50 bonus to thank you for taking it seriously, for taking the time aside from your other assigned tasks and responsibilities to really pay attention and learn the OSHA standards as they apply to you or any employee in this building. We really appreciate all that you do for the company, and we just truly ask that you would take this seriously, as it could have a huge impact on families and this company. So you'll be getting a notice after next week, after the tour, of when the training will begin for office personnel. You will have your training aside from the warehouse employees, as some of the things apply to you and not them, and vice versa. You'll learn everything that they learn, but more directed toward how it applies to you. Of course, there are OSHA regulations that certain office personnel need to know: how to report injuries that happen, the forms, and all the different regulations. Part of office personnel is also making sure there's training on any hazard in the workplace, office or warehouse. So we want you to be safe, we want you to be healthy. Under OSHA, workers have a right to a safe workplace. They require employees to provide their employees with working conditions that are free of known dangers. The OSHA law also prohibits employers from retaliating against employees for exercising their rights under the law. So, you're protected, you have rights, and you will learn more about those rights in the training also. I thank you for your time. Please email me back right away with a simply yes that you received this, that you watched it, so I can check your name off. I'm going to be double checking to make sure every employee has watched this video and is aware of OSHA coming next week. We need to make sure the communication is clear, and we want all employees to cooperate and make them feel welcome. So please, any questions on top of a yes reply that you have watched the video, please feel free to ask. I'd be glad to get back to you on any concerns or questions you have. Thanks, and have a great, safe day. Thank you.